Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with some modern team testing today. So, gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna test with Nolan, one of our many team members, for a couple of the events coming up in the upcoming RCQ season. Now, the deck that I'm planning on taking through most of my RCQs is gonna be Rakdos Scam. And we're all familiar with this. Jake Beardsley took it to his amazing finish at Pro Tour Barcelona. Hopefully, I can do something good with it in a couple of local events. Now, for those of you that aren't intimately familiar with the deck, the plan's simple. Evoke out your grief, evoke out your fury, and while those sacrifice effects are on the stack, you go and cast one of your scam spells, something that brings it back from the graveyard for only one mana. Either Not Dead After All, the new spell out of Wilds of Eldraine, or you cast Feign Death. I'm taking things just a little bit differently. I've seen a number of streamers, people like Young Dingo, going and running the full 4 of Not Dead After All and then Undying Evil. And while that's a good card, I'm going to test out this 3-3 split just to see how good it feels. I've also seen a number of decks running the 4 of Thoughtseize. Another one of our teammates, Bo, is trying this deck out for this season as well. He's been on it for a minute and he kind of swears by running 3 Thoughtseize. So I figured I'd give that a try and even try out Lightning Bolt in the main. I figure with the amount of scam that I'm likely to see at local events, while Fatal Push was probably good, it's not going to be good enough to deal with Furies, Griefs. So it deals with most everything. It definitely stops the turn 1 scam if I'm going to be on the play. So pretty good. As far as my sideboard choices, extra copies of Blood Moon because Tron, obviously. I've got one extra Lightning Bolt in my sideboard, one extra Fatal Push, Terminate, Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command is more a concession to the fact that Hammer is still going to be a thing, and this deck has kind of an abysmal Hammer matchup. Shieldred, Kroxa, kind of the obvious things. Chalice to deal with all of the Rhinos decks, the Living End decks. Engineered Explosives to kind of help with these lower to the ground decks like Hammer. Hopefully, land an EE on one and pop it and destroy all their stuff before they can hit you with a Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle to deal with the 4-color matchup and those like problematic Wrenn and 6s to fairies, things like that. And now Spellbomb, deal with all the graveyard based decks. But we're going to try to stick a couple Ragavans, maybe turn 1 Grief Scam, and see if we can get some wins. So don't forget, like, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys in game number 1. Alright, so game number 1, and I am going to be on the play. This hand looks fine, albeit a little slow, so I think I got a mulligan it. Oh, this hand is terrible. Alright, mulling to 5. Okay, I think I can keep this 5. Then we're gonna go ahead and drop this, and honestly, I think it might be this. Like, I really just want to... Well, no, because if I'm gonna get rid of this, then it makes sense to also get rid of that and just keep kind of a slower hand, but one that can definitely gain incremental value. Yeah, so I think we're gonna go like that. All right. And then, all right. And my opponent kept 7. Yikes. All right. Polluted Pass. And Spiral Bluff definitely means that it is murky. Alright. So let's go ahead and just do this tapped in response to the Darcy. And let's go ahead and play Verdant. Okay. So now that, yeah, I think we can let that resolve. Opponent plays Steam Vents untapped. Ew. Okay, and untapped Steam Vent definitely feels bad because I think this might go the exact way I don't want it to. Okay, so it did resolve. So that means it's either going to get removed or, yeah. Kind of figured that would happen. It was a little bit of an aggressive play on my part. Right. Never punished. Alright. So if I didn't draw that, I think swinging and everything is still fine. Okay. And then we will just swing with our 2-2. Alright. 2-2 coming through. Choo choo. Okay. So Unholy Heat Alma Bowmaster. No better time than the present to do this. Hope that there's not a Spell Pierce. Okay. It dies. It comes back. Okay. Another Spiral Bluff from Nolan. Ooh, okay, sweet. Preordain feels real nice for me. Alright, extra one upstairs. Oh, alright. Well, got rid of all the unholy heats. Now that just means I need to find a terminate to deal with the Murktide that's likely coming down next turn. Let's see, what did Nolan do? He went top, bottom. Okay, so he got to draw whatever that was. But top deck monkey feels great. Alright, swing for 6. Let's go. Now I get to be the preordained deck. Honestly, both of these really suck right now. And It's not like it was that much better. Okay. Ooh, okay, EI. Okay, Odawara into the third preordain. And then top bottom again. Okay. Well, this likely means that homie has removal in hand, which is not going to be bueno. But what's he going to remove? Okay, so he goes for the monkey. The monkey is not dead after all. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna... I gotta play that because there are so many cards that I can draw off the top of my deck that kind of necessitate having a fourth land. Gross. Ledger Shredder is the anti-bueno. And, okay, but taking out the monkey means that he now definitely has to block. Unless he's got an Unholy Heat. But if he did, then he definitely would have fired it off right then and there. Okay, now I have to do this just in case of the worst case scenario where there is a spell pierce. Alright, so now I have lethal on board. Okay. Ooh, let's go. Alright, so now I get the sideboard against Murktide. Okay, so I think against Murky, I want to bring that in because I need to get rid of the big bodies. That's not great because we're both doing the same thing. And then I think, all right, I think we're gonna bring in Nile feels good because it gets rid of all the fuel. And since I'm gonna be on the draw, I'm gonna drop that. Okay, then I think I'll run it like that. All right, so game two on the draw. One land definitely seems like it's kind of bad, but being able to either go Ragavan or even Fury Scam on that one seems really good. So I think I'm kind of inclined to keep this. All right, opponent starts with turn one monkey. Hey, and just what we needed. I think we're going to go ahead and I really do think we actually have to go for it here. Let's shock that. And I do think we gotta go for it. So let's exile that. Please no subtlety. Please no subtlety. And there's the subtlety. Damn. Alright. Welp. That definitely isn't good. So let's go ahead and, weirdly enough, I think I want to bottom that. Oh, he is only with 3 cards in hand. And I think we're just going to go ahead and cast our own monkey. If this were the old days of the legend rule, I'd be feeling real good right now. Alright, so Unholy Heat gets rid of my monkey. And then his gets to swing through unchallenged. Ooh, and Thoughtseize. Yeah. Alright, this hand just got terrible. Alright, so bye-bye Dothy. Ooh, okay. He took the Terminate, so probably means that he's got a Murktide or Ledger Shredder in hand, hoping that it'll pay off. Ew, and double top. Alright, so let's go for the known and play that and pass. So getting the extra swing with monkeys, not great, but we might be able to race as long as no real value's taken. Okay. Can't cast that Fury. Did evoke it, though. Did not know that you could evoke off of Ragavan. And there's the Murktide. Alright. So I think we might be cooked. Oh yeah, no, we're completely cooked. Alright, drawing a Fury off the top is definitely what we did not need there. Okay, so it was probably a little bit better to not exile the Lightning Bolt to the Fury. Hmm. Alright, I think we're just going to drop that and bring this in, because there is some pretty high upside to it, and run it like that. Alright, so on the play, so yeah, there's a turn 1, but is it a good enough turn 1? I kind of think the answer is no. Like, if this were a Fury or a Grief, that would be infinitely better. This hand's a little reactive, so I think we got a mulligan. Okay. Okay, I can keep this. Keep that and bottom what? I think we bottom the fatty. Mulliganing against the Grief deck really doesn't feel good. Alright, let's go ahead. So the question is, which one of these do I want to get rid of? Because I don't think I'm really getting to the end where this is going to be super relevant. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. I gotta have just no removal. Okay. Wow. That is insane. Um, that hand is something. Wow. Bottoming the extra Spire Bluff definitely makes sense. I feel like if this hand is the keep, I just gotta take. I really want to take double Mishra's Bauble because if you get a Darcy off the top, it just goes crazy. Okay, so let's split the difference. Let's go consider, because it helps dig, and then do this, and then we will take the bauble, and then pass. Wow, lightning bolt off the top is crazy. Okay, let's see what I'm drawing. You know, that Orcish Bowmaster would be really good if I had another land. Let's go take the Stern Scolding. Alright, so alright, at least we know that you're hitting land drops. Okay. So now it's the question of inevitability. Okay? If there's a Murktide at any point in the near future, I am so screwed. And I've really done so much damage to myself that this is kind of an issue. Okay. Let's... If Bowmaster went through unchallenged, then Monkey should be fine. Swing. The Monkey do be swinging! Let's go! Alright. Can't cast the EI, but you know, it's fine. Oh, okay. Bobble. Alright, gotta make sure that we have the upkeep stop. No! Unlock. Upkeep stop. Alright. And then... No. We gotta... Let's go! Oof. Drawing the same card that you try to get rid of is rough. Oh, I wish that were a land instead, but it'll be fine. All right, swinging for 5. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and just cast the monkey off of this. All right, so now he can't draw any cards. And I've basically got lethal on board no matter what he has, unless there's a Wrath. There is the Wrath. Okay. What do I have off the top? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's. Is he going to do it? Yep, he does it. Gentleman would go to 1, but that's fair, I guess. Okay. EI. Lightning Bolt is the exiled card. Alright, Bolt me. That sucks, but I get it. And then kept 1 in hand. Didn't cast anything else. I almost guarantee it's a counterspell. Let's make you have it. Bowmaster Tron! Let's go! Aw. Yeah. Bolt Unholy Heat Spell Snare is pretty wild. This is a hard one because I've got 2 good cards, but I think this is the one that I want to. Alright, swing. Bolt, bolt, bolt. No, it's a Ledger Shredder. Okay. Alright. And the draw. Not the worst thing. We're just gonna swing. No, I don't have a Terminate. I do have a Bowmaster. I drew all 4 Bowmasters. Well, no, I take that back. I had 1 Bowmaster in my opening hand. Alright, sweet. So match 1 against Murktide. Let's go. Alright, match number 2. And I get to be on the play again. Definitely rigged. This hand's a little cracked, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Like, 2 good turn 1s. Like, I get to just play solitaire. I'm with it. Ew, windswept heath. Okay. And I get prismatic ending. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so like now I kind of feel obligated to just doing the thing that my deck wants to do, but it feels so bad to be doing it this way. And I have a feeling I'm about to see like a solitude or two solitudes in hand. Nope, it's just Omnath and Halfling. Okay, so money pile. All right, no solitude off the top. No solitude off the top. Let's go.
Even if I draw it, doesn't do anything right now.
I mean, yeah, but there's still a huge number of white cards that you can get. All right, Strand, go. I mean, I definitely just do this. Monkey into like prismatic ending into draw monkey is wild.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Uh,
I personally like to draw that card monster, but okay.
I mean, I wish I could have played it.
No third land drop?
No third land drop. Like, I really did just keep this hand on the back of like two solid lands and then monkey and bowmaster. All right, going to 9. Good. Are we going to see it shocked in, though?
I know you have right. It's hard.
All right, no shock. Like it. Hate that.
Yeah,
All right.
one of the problems you saw that I have the Ragon Triome, and I couldn't get a red source. Like I wanted a Triome, and I couldn't get a red source. So I drew the red and six when I couldn't cast them.
Right. And now I just know that you're left with 2 lands in hand.
What? No, no.
Okay. So now I absolutely no, don't make me cast it for its normal thing, Moto. Okay. Swing 2, steal a card.
I need a good draw here.
Oh my god, stealing that Fury is nutty. Too bad I can't scam it.
Yeah. You can't scam my fear because we go back on my side.
Right.
I was just making sure how you were about to do it, and I was like, boss, what are you doing? Not the worst draw.
Oh, God bless it, Teferi. Okay. So, like, it's land and one other thing, so it can't be the cheated out card. I'm gonna swing at your face. Um, And then I'm going to go ahead and bolt you.
Well, I don't like this.
Okay, tick up to fairy. Blood, or, ooh, tapped. Oh, gross, it's on that. Oh, God, it's ring.
Yeah, if I play land first, then before I'm not, we would have a lot of problems.
You should just go ahead and tap your one ring on my end step.
I'm not an expert, but I think I'm gonna not.
Fair enough. Okay. So now I'm just kind of forced to go with some amount of the revealed information.
Choose not to lose the game.
Okay, so now we can see a solitude off the top. But instead he goes runner runner. Disgusting. Now what he didn't see happening was this.
You're gonna get your own one ring.
I'm about to get my own one ring.
No, I saw it. I just had to draw. I couldn't. I drew halfling, and I was like, I can't just draw just halfling. I gotta draw other cards.
Okay. I am just top decking like a mug right now.
No, stop it.
Oh my goodness.
You're a bastard.
I am the worst right now. And with Teferi gone.
Alakazam, Alakaboo. Ooh, that's a fairy, and you too.
Oh, that was that was beautiful. No notes. And you know what?
Okay, Omnath on top.
We'll just cast Monkey.
Omnath, Omnath. And the guest appearance.
Do it. Tap the ring right now. Oh, okay. Bolt. Yeah.
I have 0 cards now.
I will lose this life off of the ring.
But I mean, I guess I technically.
If my draw goes crazy, then I win. If it doesn't, ugh. Okay. I guess we can just go for this. It's the classy move.
The classiest of.
And now you just gotta block my fury. Now my deck is the real money pile. Oh wait, you die.
Yeah.
Let's
So yeah,
go.
any combination that got me out of that one.
All right. So this matchup, I bring in the obvious card. And I think I drop this because that really doesn't seem great. And on the draw, I think I just drop Monkey. Yeah. Because Dothy's insane. Didn't see anything great. I know that it's 4 color, so it's likely running the bean. Um, I think I want to drop just one of that and maybe another monkey. Because there's so much that gets rid of monkey. And then this was at its best that match when it's normally not this hot.
Is that a new phrase? Can we give him the bean?
I want Give 'em the Bean to be this year's Magic phrase, but I don't think it's it.
Give him the bean. How do you think this year's magic phrase is gonna be?
I don't know, honestly. Alright. This is basically a 2 card hand for me. No. Also, no. This has to be a yes, unfortunately. Um, drop. No. I like the effect actually for that. Um, drop and drop. Okay. Opponent has 7
Sand baby.
and starts with Abzan Triome. The top deck's good, but I need the extra draws off the top to really make it worth it. Alright.
Stop it.
Show me that hand.
I'm just trying to give you the bean. I think it's pretty good actually. Whatever combination of cards you take.
I think in this particular hand, I have to take double up the beanstalk.
Not the bean!
Like, it's too much upside. As much as I want to get rid of Solitude, like, it's not going to kill me right now. And, like, you have to be down a good white card in order to, like, do the Solitude thing.
It's a very interesting hand. I'm not sure if I don't know what your hand is. I don't know if what situation I would take here, but it's a very interesting one to be honest.
Right. Okay, so played the Misty, no beans. Oh my gosh, please. Just, deck, don't do me like that. Cause
Why
now,
did they give me the bean?
alright. Let's make it a race. 2 Triomes. Okay. We know 3 cards in the hand and 1 unknown. Alright.
That's just
Fetching.
basic.
Fetching basic is probably the best thing. And then go ahead and play the ring. Okay. Does he go for the card draw into Solitude?
Would you attack?
You know, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have. But,
I just realized I was like, ah, protection.
yep, I
It was
completely forgot
smart
about
spending
protection.
smart spending this forest.
Alright, at 7. At 7 in hand.
This game's rigged. I'm just bad at this game.
Beanstalk. Land. Okay. Not liking where this is going for me. Alright, so Solitude's gonna take my grief now. And he's gonna draw another card. But he can't evoke the solid, or he can't flicker it.
You want to bet? You don't know that mono red flicker card?
And I guarantee he wasn't expecting a second blood moon.
I want to cry.
I kept a hand with 0 blood moons, by the way. I bottomed 2 lands and then went moon. And he's got a discard? Discarded Omnath. Why would he?
Casting at me.
Why would he ever discard Omnath?
Oh, I wonder why.
Alright.
Fable.
Fable make my homie. If I can just have you kill yourself with ring damage, that would be incredible. And the Fury. You a bum.
Yeah, honestly, I think at this point, I don't think you can ever win this game. I ain't gonna lie, my hand is stacked, and like this is where I feel like Money Pile just takes over. It's like I drew 5 cards in 1 turn.
I kind of want to do both of the cards in my hand, but I think I'm just going to do one. Alright. I think going with both would have been better. Well, no, it wouldn't have, because he's still got the One Ring, so yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Both of these cards are bum. Both of these aren't better. Um, you know what? Let's just do it. I can't believe I'm losing off a double moon. I can't believe I am losing off of double moon. Jeez Louise.
What card do you really take here?
Yeah, Blossoming Calm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, boss, you're a genius.
But now you don't have to like worry about actually killing me. Like it's just gonna
Yeah.
happen. Yep, all I drew was a swamp. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, Up the Beanstalk seems kind of insane, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no, it's super good.
You know, if I put this together, might just play this first Q weekend.
Um, I really don't feel like
Really?
my Furies are that good here.
I mean, it kills Ren, kills Fairy, kills Halfling, kills Omnath. Like, it's good, but it's not like. You never want to turn one cheat it.
Right. All right. I'm gonna be on the play. I'm gonna keep this hand. Definition of a snap keep. All right.
To do it.
Show me what you got. All right. So, I actually hate everything in this hand.
Uh-huh.
Like, you're gonna have to. I gotta take Bolt and Purge. All right. Yep. Gotta do it like that. Bolt, Purge, leave you with a draw spell and just hexproof. Hexproof with rebound,
Yeah.
which is pretty sick, honestly. Okay. And now, I would like to see no more lands.
Personally, I'd like to see more land.
No you.
But you.
No you.
Okay, I would kind of like to know.
He thought the bean was free?
Give him the bean. Oh, Master Bean, you son of a bitch.
Like, I know I should respond to the Bowmaster or to the Beanstalk ETB, but
I think it matters. Actually, yeah, because with the trigger of the stack, if I had a Solitude, I could Solitude Bowmaster.
right.
I would still lose one because it would trigger this, but I don't know, it's interesting. Give him the bean.
Giving him the bean. But now next turn you get hexproof, which means I have to target my own orc.
Also gonna resolve this ability.
I mean, either your internet's crashing or mine.
It just is waiting for you.
Yeah, I passed priority. Oh no. Alright, now it loaded. Always yield to Beanstalk. There we go.
That's a card.
Alright. Are you kidding me? Fury? Oh no. My internet might. I think my modem might be crashing again.
No.
Nope, there it is. It's just slow.
Oh, heads up, we're trying to go to SCG on Philly. I don't know if that's something you are interested in.
I might not be able to.
That's fine. It's November 10th that weekend.
Okay. Alright, so now it's my turn.
Ah, 6-3.
Alright.
That's pretty good.
And we're definitely seeing a halfling. Okay. So he could take 6. He's definitely got Omnath in hand. Though he doesn't fetch on the end step.
Yeah, you got this game, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have a Ren at 6 and a Blossoming Calm.
That's right, I did know
Yeah,
about the...
I didn't fetch it in step because you can have a Bowmaster.
Fair.
I'd go to 1 and you Bowmaster kill me.
Fair.
The Blossoming Calm doesn't keep me alive. I don't think great. Actually, I'm not dead. Okay. We're not dead.
But it's super close to it. Alright.
The thing is, I'm stuck on 2 lands, basically.
Right.
So I guess I gotta recon this. Well, I drew another Ren at 6.
Alright, so that's how I gotta win this. Just be on the play and then hope my opponent never draws.
Yeah. Alright. How you feeling? How you feel about scam?
I'm feeling definitely a lot better about it. I will say my particular build of it, at least the one that I'm testing out right now, I don't hate the three Thought Seizes or the Lightning Bolts in the main.
How many bolts are you playing main board?
Two main, one side.
Okay.
And the other bolt that used to be there is now a Fatal Push. So I've got five main board removal spells that aren't Fury.
Okay. Not too bad.
Yeah, definitely makes sense with all the four color.
Yeah.
I think this might be the list. It might be the one.
Yeah. I got a ton of Jordans. I think I'm done for the day.
All right.
But
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully, this is some content that you all can get behind. We're really liking this new, like, weekly team testing. So, this might be our new recording format going forward, but hey, at least it's good games. Peace.